Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bellingcat Live on Twitch and YouTube. My name is Giancarlo Fiorella. I am a researcher and a trainer here at Bellingcat, and I am really happy to be with you here this afternoon, this very sunny afternoon here in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. I see a bunch of friends saying hello in the chat. If you're in the chat, please do say hello. Let me know how you're doing. Hello. Entropic Paku, how are you doing? Light on Gravitas says hi, everybody. Hi, Light on Gravitas. BizDK, hi. T-Witch Aaron, good to see you as always. We've got a bunch of friends here. Our wonderful social media producer, Char Social, is in the chat. Hello. Rubric Abrak says hi, everybody. Hello. And thank you for all of the people who've joined so far, the channel that is, who follow the channel. I've got a whole bunch of them here. Wow. We've got Stealth Badger, FFS. Thank you so much for following the channel. Conan the Blah Blah, thank you as well. Same to Stick to Your Roots. And Rubric, oh my gosh, Rubric Kavrak, also thank you for following the channel. And my gosh, Orgil, thank you for following as well. As I said, my name is Giancarlo Fiorella. I'm a researcher and a trainer here at Bellingcat, and usually about once a week, I stream here on our streaming channels, namely Twitch. Maybe you're watching on Twitch. Maybe you're watching on our YouTube channel. Welcome again.
So that's Bellingcat, and thank you very much.
I want to also thank Byte Discover and Olet. Oh my gosh, my reading comprehension is way down today. Olina Zelenska. Hi, Olina. I think I recognize your name from the Discord server, so welcome to the stream. If this is your first stream, the way that these work is that I talk a lot. I try to keep talking basically nonstop for an hour and a half, and that's how long I am here for, about an hour and a half. The first 30 minutes or so are talking about, let's say, recent research, recent articles that have been published on Bellingcat.com, which is the website where I work. Then we spend about 30 minutes talking about other stuff. Usually it's about some sort of open source research tool or some resource that you can use for your own
So that's Bellingcat.
work.
Thank you very much.
And then for the last half hour or so, we play Geoguessr together. So if you want to play Geoguessr with me and with the chat in about an hour, go ahead and go to geoguessr.com, create your account, get ready for that. I want to tell you that my chat does not work. I can see your messages, but I cannot respond to them. This is working, though. I'm going to put this up on the screen. Look at this. That's working. So that usually doesn't work. You see how over here you can see the, where is it? This way? This thing is working today, so that's good. But other things are broken. So first of all, let me read that comment out there. Close to the beach says, Twitch here. I'm watching from Twitch. From San Diego, California. Oh my goodness. I wish I was in San Diego. I've been to the Bay Area once. I did a workshop there one time and I loved it. I really wish I was in San Diego. So close to the beach. Congratulations on being there. Byte to Discover says, hi, greetings from sunny Central Europe. Yes, it is very sunny, I guess, in Northern Europe as well. Anyways, if you have a question or a comment while I'm talking about Bellingcat research or whatever, ask it in the chat and I'll try to keep my eye on it, and then I can put it up on the screen here, and then I can try to answer your question, all right? So that is working. What isn't working is my chat. So I cannot send messages, which is really frustrating because I'm usually linking to articles that I'm talking about, or if I'm talking about a tool that I think might be useful to you, I'll put it in the chat, but that's broken somehow. So again, I can see your messages, but I cannot send them messages. So I'm really sorry. Charlie's going to be here for about an hour. I see Subtle Knife. I see your hello, Subtle Knife. Yeah, if you can maybe like post some of the links that I talk about when I'm talking about them, that'd be really great. I'll try to fix this for next week. I don't know what happened. Something broke somehow. I see Charlie saying that we've got folks watching on YouTube as well, including Sean Rice. And Sean Rice says hello from Boston, Massachusetts. Hello, Sean Rice. Thank you for watching.
Well, that's Bellingcat, and thank you very much.
Never been to Boston. I've heard good things about it. I do watch. I'm a baseball fan, and so
Bellingcat,
the Red Sox are one of our rivals. I'm from Toronto, so a Blue Jays fan over here. I know about Boston because whenever the Blue Jays play the Red Sox, I make sure to watch those games. Ediva786 and Hapu, thank you so much for following the channel. And hello, Sepulco. Sepulco says hi. Good to see you, Sepulco. Also a friend from the Discord server. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. I'm talking as if there's multiple people here. It's just you guys are here, obviously, but I'm the one doing the stream. So I am going to talk to you about
Bellingcat, and
some recent research that we've published on Bellingcat. Then I'm going to talk to you about a really cool new sort of, I don't know what to call it, like an initiative or a community, I don't know, event, let's call it that, involving planet.com and satellite images. So I'll talk about that in about 20, 30 minutes.
Thank you very much.
I will be unveiling this initiative and talking about it publicly for the first time, and it will involve you. So you'll have a chance to participate in this thing that I'm going to describe to you in about 20 or 30 minutes. I'll do that, and then we'll play Geoguessr. Samander says a disembodied following notification voice. Yes, that disembodied voice is that of none other than Elliot Higgins, the founder of Bellingcat. He gave a talk once, and he said, I was listening to it, and then he ends it by saying, "That's Bellingcat. Thank you very much." So I went ahead and I just took that clip. So when you follow the channel, that's the voice that you hear. You hear Elliot's voice. This is a very young Elliot. This is maybe Brown Moses Elliot going way back. This is the couch where Bellingcat, the idea of Bellingcat, I think, entered Elliot's head while he was sitting on this couch here. Yeah, this is 2013, so this is way before Bellingcat. So young Elliot there. Elliot today, of course, the passage of time has affected him as it does all of us. Entropy has done its thing. So Elliot looks like this today. This is a more recent picture of Elliot. More gray, of course. That's what happens. People get gray. But big difference, eh? Like a young Elliot here. Look at this. Baby-faced, no gray hairs, and then now we've got a more sort of regal, experienced, traveled Elliot Higgins here. Dan Harris says, "Yeah, the new follower voice is a little off-putting while trying to listen to you. Maybe go with a simple ding or something." Yeah, I'll thanks, Dan. I'll consider it. I like it. I try to stop talking when I hear it, but maybe I'm not doing a good job at that. So thanks for that. I'll think about it.
Well, that's Bellingcat, and thank you very much.
Drew Peter, thank you so much for following. Okay, so that's Elliot there. Why were we talking about him? Oh yeah, because that's his voice. Okay, so new things happening at Bellingcat. Since last week, we've published 2 articles. One of them is a tool/resource, and the other one is an investigation that took months and months and months to put together. A bunch of people worked on it. So I'm going to talk about the tool/resource first, and then I'll talk about the big investigation.
Well, that's Bellingcat, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much for following. And again, folks, if you have any questions about anything that I'm talking about as I explain these new articles, please go ahead and type it in the chat. Okay, so first things first, we've got a resource.
Well, that's Bellingcat, and thank you very much.
Ryan Bestford, thank you so much for following. This is from Christopher Giles. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Christopher, as we can read here, is an open source reporter who covers conflict, climate, and online harm using remote sensing and network mapping. His work has been featured on BBC and the Stanford Internet Observatory and CNN International. So Christopher is a contributor to Bellingcat. He submitted a pitch to our editorial team for this article. The editorial team received the pitch. They were interested in it, and so they worked with Chris over a period of time to put this article together. So that's one of the ways that we publish information. Anybody out there can submit an article idea to us. I think the email address is submissions@bellingcat.com, and then the editors will read it. They'll think about, is it a good fit for the website? If it is, they'll work with you to publish it. So that's what happened here with Chris. Thank you, Subtle and Charlie, for posting the link there. So Chris has put together something that's called the OSINT Forest Area Tracker. And there's a GitHub repository that contains the tool, as well as the tool itself, linked here at the top of the article. Before I click on it, I want to just talk a little bit about what it does. So essentially what Chris is doing here is he's tracking how Ukraine's forests and protected areas have been impacted by the conflict there. Of course, I think we're all familiar with the human impact that the conflict in Ukraine has had, the Russian invasion of Ukraine has had. We've all seen images of cities that have been destroyed, people who've been injured or killed, all kinds of infrastructure damage. But of course, the environment is suffering as well. And so what we got here from Chris is sort of a reminder of that and a tool to help us track that sort of impact. And so he talks about how there are 7,500 sites on Ukraine's official database of protected areas. So this is a Ukrainian government website that has a list of every protected environmental area in the country. Here it is in Ukrainian. I'm gonna click English here to see what happens. It's slowly, yeah, there you go. So it's translating it to English. And yeah, I mean, that's what this is. It's a list of every protected environmental region in Ukraine. So Chris is talking here about how they didn't look at every single one of the sites. Among them are botanical gardens, city parks, archaeological sites, etc. Out of these, Chris selected 16 areas which featured the highest number of detected fires over the first year of the war, based on MODIS data. MODIS is a type of satellite that is up in orbit, taking all kinds of information from the Earth. And so based on those 16 areas and the data from that satellite, he put together this tool. So the rest of the article talks about how the tool works, and it sort of walks you through the whole purpose of it, as you can see here as well. It's it's a little bit technical because he's really giving you like an in-depth description of like how is it that the satellite is detecting how burned an area is, how is the tool sort of taking that data and visualizing it for you, et cetera, et cetera. But it is fascinating to take a look at. And so that's all there for you. And he's got some examples here, sort of like a case study of how the tool indeed detects environmental damage to these areas that it has been, let's say, fed. And so the tool, as I said, is all the way up here. You can click on it, both the GitHub repository. So if you're a programmer and you know what this means, I know what this means. If you know what this means, right? If you're the kind of person you can look at this and you go, oh yeah, I'm a programmer. I know what this means. I can make this work, or I can improve this or whatever. It's on GitHub, so you can access it on GitHub. If you just want to use the tool as a user without having to worry about like the inner workings of it, you can also access it on the page. You saw right here. Right here at the top, it says here. Just click there. Just click here, and it opens up. So it uses the Earth Engine from Google, and then it's got an explanation here of how it works. Basically, you set the time that you want to compare. So what you're doing essentially is you're telling this tool, hey, look at satellite imagery from this area between this period and after this period, and then tell me how much of this area has been burned. So in this region here, we can see as the tool is visualizing that a lot of this area has not been burnt. So that's what the green is. So again, the tool is taking satellite imagery that's detecting burned areas, it's comparing it, and then it's sort of showing you the difference. In other words, showing you the areas that have been burned. So anything green is unburned, and then we have like low severity burning, moderate to low severity, and then purple, and it would be high severity, right? So we can see lots of areas that are green in this part of Ukraine, but some of them will also be yellow. Some of them will be other colors as well. There's some orange I see up here. So these are areas that were burned, protected areas that were damaged or destroyed by fire due to the conflict that's happening here. Fubar GMG, thank you so much for following the channel. So, if you're interested in environmental issues, if you are interested in the conflict in Ukraine, the invasion of Ukraine by Russia from a perspective other than, the human cost to it, this is something that might be interesting to you. And one of the great things I think about the way that Bellingcat publishes information is that we don't just tell you, like, here's a tool. Chris showed up and he made this tool and here it is. We really kind of show you how it works. And as you see, even Chris provides the code for it so that you might have an idea. You might go, that's really interesting. I'm interested in deforestation in Colombia, for example, or in another part of the country, in another part of the world. You might be able to take this tool with this idea that Chris has given you for free and then rework the tool so that it works in the context that interests you, right? So again, in the spirit of open source research, we're not just giving you this information, but also sort of inviting you to take it further, to pick up the ball and carry it to places that maybe haven't been served by tools like this. And in fact, at the bottom of the article here, Chris even identifies, like, I'm calling him Chris. I've never met him. Christopher, maybe he goes by Chris, but Christopher is talking about, how the tool may be developed further, right? So again, if you're a programmer, you might read this and you go, that's interesting. I'm going to pick that up. That's going to be my weekend project. It's going to be to rework this tool to do some other thing. Burma says, I love Colombia. Yes, I love Colombia as well. Colombia is really nice. Colombian food is great. Colombian people are so friendly. Good to see you, Burma. So there you go. That's the first, let's say, article that has been published since last week. And again, friends, if you have any questions about anything that I'm saying or any comments, just put them in the chat there and I'll put them on the screen and I'll try to answer them. Okay. The second article that was published since the last week was this one, Russia's ghost ships and the evolution of a grain smuggling operation. This is a big investigation that was carried out by a number of people. Let's go to them first. We got Ollie Ballinger, Yurik Isik, and if you are into open source research, you know Yurik Isik. He is a pillar of the open source research community. He has really nice cameras and he lives on the Bosphorus Strait and he just takes pictures of every single ship that crosses the Bosphorus, like really beautiful pictures with this great camera, and he puts them online. So he is like a one person resource for a very, very, very important, very niche aspect of open source research, which is maritime tracking through this particular waterway. So he's been around forever and he's just a superstar, I think, in the open source research community. Hello, Timothy, good to see you. And Tehoringa's here. Tehoringa, please disconnect. Tehoringa is one of our mods on Discord. I don't want to dox you too much, Tehoringa. You probably have better things to do right now, better things to eat. So hopefully, maybe you can, I don't know, maybe you've got a break on your trip and you're watching the stream. But anyways, Jake Godin, who's one of our good friends at Bellingcat, he works at Scripps News. Bridget Diekun, Owen McGuire, who's our lead editor at Bellingcat. Yuri Vanderveed, who's one of our researchers. So many people came in. We got folks from The Gap, Sophie, Tedling, Timo, and Timothy. Timothy's here. Timothy's in the chat. Everybody came together and helped on this massive project. So basically, what is this project? Why was it so big? What happened? Essentially, what happened was that stemming from the tool that Ollie made and published earlier last year, Ollie made a tool that detected ships in satellite imagery. And based on that tool, somebody, I don't know who it was, no, I think it was Ollie probably, I don't know who it was, noticed that there were these ships, these grain carrying ships that were docked in ports in Russian occupied Ukraine. And so when you think about, you know, like sanctions, resource extraction from Ukraine by the Russian forces, it sort of seemed like these ships, again, which were like grain cargo ships that were docked in these ports, may have been smuggling grain out of Ukraine. So based on that observation, this whole team of people, they looked at, I don't know how many pictures, and Timothy and other folks are in the chat who worked on this probably. They looked at all these pictures and they identified every ship. So what, you know, like what is the name of this ship, for example? Or what's the name of this ship right here and this one? So when they did that over a period of months. They gave every ship a name based on like what ship it was. And this involved like measuring in the most meticulous manner every single pixel in here and matching every single tiny detail to pictures of all these ships. And Timothy says that there was something like 80 ships in total that they identified, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Timothy. So once they had these ships identified in the satellite imagery, which is dated, they looked at AIS data. AIS is the automatic identification system. It's a transponder that ships have. And they started to find these really interesting things. They found, for example, that some of these ships, they would dock in Russian-occupied ports in Ukraine. They will get loaded with grain, and then they would turn off their transponders so nobody could track them, and they would sail away and then turn on their transponders at a different location to make it seem like they were coming from Russia, potentially to sort of hide their origin, right? And then another thing that they noticed, that the team noticed, was that there were some ship-to-ship transfers happening. So they're not in the article, but there's some pictures of ships coming together at sea to transfer cargo, which is another technique that is employed to hide the origin of goods that are shipped on vessels like this. So, yeah, it was fantastic work. And this is amazing stuff because this is exactly... Sorry, one second. What was that? Why do I have that? Oh, this is here. This is exactly the kind of thing that Bellingcat is really good at.
Thank you very much.
Coming together with like big teams and making sure that, you know, everybody's sort of doing something. We had the Gap folks working on their, you know, like identifying the ships. I know Owen was working with this company that was providing the AIS data. And it was just amazing, amazing, amazing work. So, on top of this, so if you haven't read the article, read it. But also, Newsy came up with a video on this, and it's 16 minutes long. And again, my chat is broken, so I can't send any messages. But maybe someone in the chat, if you can find, it's called Russia's Ghost Ships. Sorry, it's called Russia's Ghost Fleet Uncovering the Covert Grain Trade from Occupied Ukraine. Scripps News made this video. I said Newsy earlier. It used to be called Newsy. Now it's called Scripps News. They made this incredible video outlining this investigation. I'm just going to play a couple minutes of it. I'm just going to play like 30 seconds. It's so good. Let me pause the, let me pause this here. Just 1 second. Let me pause this real quick. All right, let's just watch this for 1 second.
This is a satellite image showing a Russian cargo ship, the Mikhail Neneshov, at a port in occupied Crimea, loading Ukrainian grain. This is that same ship on video as it passes through the Bosphorus Strait in Istanbul, Turkey. And this is another satellite image showing the Neneshov at port in Iran, offloading the same grain. The Neneshov and its path from occupied Ukraine through Turkey and out to the international market is part of a systematic, years-long effort by Russia to profit off of grain harvested from occupied Ukraine, robbing Ukraine of one of its most valuable resources and reshaping the global grain market. Working with Bellingcat and Lloyd's List, and using satellite imagery and shipping data, Scripps News has found suspect ships that have taken grain from Sevastopol dozens of times since the start of the invasion, feeding into expanding Russian ship transfers in the Black Sea.
All right, so that's just let's just call that a teaser. Scripps News makes fantastic videos. We have a long-standing collaboration with them, and if you haven't seen any of their videos, check out their page on YouTube. It's packed of with like really impactful and really well-produced videos that we work on together with them. And so this is the latest one in this series here. So the video, which is again 17 minutes long, I think it might be the longest one that we've ever done with them, details all kinds of
and started to
all kinds of information about this. So how are these operations going? It has an interview with some experts who are talking about, again, how Russia is extracting grain from Ukraine in this way. And it has an interview with Uruk. It details the ship-to-ship transfer that I talked about earlier. It's a really well done. This is Ollie, so you get to see like some of the people who worked on this. This is Ollie who made the tool, and he worked on the article as well. Uruk is here as well with his camera, and it talks about like what he does, which is just take pictures of ships all day, every day. It's fantastic work that Uruk does. So if you haven't seen the video, go watch it. It's so good. It's really nice. Ryan Bestford, thank you so much for posting the link there to the Scripps News. I guess it's called Bellingcat on Scripps News. It used to be called Newskeepers Bellingcat. Yeah, so if you click on that link there that Ryan has just posted, you'll see all of our past collaborations as well. They're all really good. Sarah is here. Hello, Sarah. Good to see you. One of our great moderators, both here on the channel and in the Discord. Sarah asks, where's Slow T in the video? I don't know. Timothy. Timothy was featured in a Japanese documentary for NHK. There you go. He says only 30 seconds. Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. If you get 30 seconds, that's good. That's all you need to make a really good impression. And yeah, that's the second investigation there. Again, big report there from a bunch of folks working together, and the result is outlining this operation to smuggle to smuggle grain out of Ukraine. Okay, where are we at? It is 5 p.m. here. It is 4:58 here in Amsterdam. Let's move on to what should we do? I feel like we're moving. I feel like we're going too fast. What should we do? Let me talk about this cool satellite image initiative that we have been working on, and then I'll make something else up. Hey, you know what? Let's do this. Timothy has linked to the NHK documentary from talking about researchers, right? Like volunteer researchers. This is back from June. Timothy, I actually don't know what you look like. I've never seen you. So I'm kind of curious. I'm just gonna. Oh, it's an hour long. My goodness. Okay, I'm not gonna sit through this whole thing. I'm sorry, but and also I don't know. I haven't seen it, so it's probably because it's about the war. Timothy, give me a timestamp, please. Where are you at? This is you? I saw somebody's. No, that's Ben. I think this is Ben Strick. You see the little. Oh, you can't see it. There's like a little thumbnail down here.
Well, that's Bellingcat, and thank you very much.
Mark Mile 90. Thank you so much for following. Okay, first 30 seconds. That's Timothy. First 3 minutes. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna mute it because I don't know if you want to hear the.
So that's Bellingcat, and thank you very much.
Jojo with the flow. Thank you for following. Let's see here. I'm just gonna. Can I fast forward? No. Can I track? This is Ben. So this is Ben Strick. Yeah. Benjamin Strick used to work with Bellingcat. He was a contributor back before we had like employees. And then he went on to the BBC. He was at the Africa Eye unit for a long time. And then now he's at the Center for Information Resilience. Let me just play this.
You can just see that level of destruction.
This video was posted as Bakhmut City Today. Where exactly was it taken? Strick tries to determine the location by using the method of open source intelligence, which consists of analyzing public information.
Camera pans, right? We see this little smokestack here.
Strick focuses on this smokestack. He searches for buildings with a chimney like this on websites providing satellite images.
Okay, Timothy says to skip 2 minutes.
We even have the shadow.
The same location.
Timothy, just tell me the time. Say 3:15, or 4:11.
That's Bellingcat, and thank you
And then
very
I'll
much.
go to that section.
Can reveal the situation in places where media coverage is unavailable. Located on the front line of battle about 50 kilometers south of Bakhmut is the city of Avdiivka.
Timothy, this is you, right? 3:52 says Timothy. Yeah, 3:52. I am at 3:52. Yeah, okay. So this is Timothy.
March
I've never seen you.
2023.
So this
Nice. There we go. That's a Bellingcat hoodie, an official Bellingcat hoodie. Here we go. You're just
is
post
a
like this
residential
the whole time. You're not moving at all. Oh, there you go. Okay, well, there you go. So, so for those of you who don't know, Timothy is a volunteer with the Global Authentication Project, which is Bellingcat's official volunteer network / group. And so Timothy's been working diligently over the past, I want to say, year and a half, geolocating images from Ukraine that help to feed our ukraine.bellingcat.com map, which you can access here. And Timothy, has been a workhorse and a fixture of this team for the longest time, since the very beginning. And NHK is a Japanese television network. They contacted Bellingcat a little while ago, and they said, hey, can we talk to some people who are working on this? Timothy volunteered, and so he was on there. So shout out to Timothy and to all of the other Global Authentication Project members who help us to do really great research, not just with the map, as you're seeing here, but also, as you saw previously, with this investigation as well. Sophie Tetling, also a member of the Global Authentication Project, also helped with this. Okay, great. So I want to talk to you now about this initiative that we have with involving Planet.com. Let me just clarify. Planet is not a sponsor of the stream, so I'm just showing you this. It feels like a commercial, but it is in a way, I suppose, because I'm telling you about this product, but they're not like paying us to do this. So here's the deal. Here's the initiative that I am announcing now, making public. We have gotten permission from Planet to task a number of satellite images. I don't want to give the exact number. It's between 5 and 10, just because I don't know if we'll end up doing more or less than what we have planned now, but it's between 5 and 10 images. So they have been very gracious in allowing us to task a number of images. Tasking is when you tell the satellite to take a picture of a place the next time that it passes over that place, and then to send you that picture. So we have had a Planet subscription for, I want to say, about 2 years now. And that allows us to task images. We have a set limit per month. So, for example, in the work that we're doing in Ukraine, we may want to task an image of a school that we think has been destroyed or a bridge that we think has been destroyed. And it usually takes about 2 or 3 days for us
That's
to
Bellingcat,
receive.
thank you very much.
Deeper thinking, thank you for following. It usually takes us about 2 or 3 days for us to receive the image after we task it. So if I task an image now, it's 5:05 p.m. on Wednesday. Probably on Friday, I'll have this fresh image in my inbox, and I'll be able to take a look at it. So these images are really good. They're 50-centimeter images, so they're high resolution, they're really crisp, and they can tell us a lot about what's happening anywhere in the world, because again, we can task them. We can tell Planet to take a picture of that spot the next time that they have a satellite over that area. So what we're going to do is we are going to solicit requests from the public, from you guys, from people in the Discord server, from our Twitter account, our Instagram account, and we're going to ask you, what do you think we should task? What are some places in the world that you would like to see a satellite image from? And we're going to do that for, I don't know, we haven't decided the time limit for this thing yet. But you know, I don't know, we'll say like in the next month, submit your requests. We are going to collect all of the requests that we receive. We're going to shortlist them. So we're going to pick ones that we think are really interesting or important. And then we're going to ask you again to vote on the ones that you want to select. Okay. So we're probably going to get something like, you know, we're going to get a lot of people asking for Area 51. Totally legitimate. Okay. I also want to know what's going on down there. But Area 51 is not a good place to ask for a tasking because there's lots of images from Area 51. Okay. So if you're being strategic, if you're trying to think like, oh, I really want them to pick the one that I'm interested in, suggest something that isn't available on Google Maps, for example. Suggest something that pertains to an event that happened recently so that there aren't a lot of images from there. Deeper Thinking is asking, is it possible to prime sub this account? Thank you for the thought. Deeper Thinking, no, it's not. It's because we are not, this is just a basic account. We don't have affiliate or partner. So you cannot. But Deeper Thinking, if you want to support us financially, even if it's just a one-time thing, you can donate via PayPal. We have a PayPal. If somebody does !PayPal, that should open a link to our PayPal account, and then you can submit your donation through there. And let me say that donations are a big part of what makes Bellingcat work. We have also a Patreon account where you can subscribe and you can donate money to us monthly. And that money will help us to do the research that we do. And it will help us to continue to do the work that we're doing to educate people about what's happening in the world using open source methods. So that's another option as well. Thank you, Deeper Thinking, for thinking about that. I think Jeff Bezos also has a PayPal account. I don't have the link handy, but you can also donate to him probably via there if you're so inclined. There we go. Sorry, Jake Godin's here. Hi, Jake. Jake says we gotta ask for more Planet taskings for Russian cargo ships carrying Ukrainian grain. Of course, yeah, that's a possibility. Jake, I don't know if you were here earlier. I was talking about the video and the investigation that you did. So congrats. So anyways, that's the deal. So probably really soon, I would say maybe, I don't know, within the next week or two, there's going to be an article on the website that's going to be describing this initiative that we have. Again, we're going to be soliciting you, the public, members of our community, to suggest areas that we can ask for Planet images from. And then we are going to go through all of the suggestions. We are going to shortlist a few of them, and then we're going to probably ask you to vote on the ones that you really want to see. Then we will task those images, and we will publish them so that you will be able to see them. We did this before. We did this a couple years ago. Bellingcat satellite image vote. So back in 2021, we did this. We had a Twitter thread where we asked people to tell us where should we take a picture from. And then we had a vote and people voted. And then actually what we ended up doing, so we said, there's 4 options, you vote, the one that wins, that's the picture that we'll take. We actually took the 4 pictures. We were a little bit cheeky there. We asked people to vote, and then every one of them, even the ones that lost, we took a picture from there. And then we published them on the internet. So one of them was, we published them on the internet. That's such a weird kind of course, where else would we publish them? There was a shipyard in China that we took a picture of, and you could see a carrier being built, an aircraft carrier. Where is it? There's a dry dock here with a carrier. I can't remember. It's here somewhere. It's almost like hidden. I think it's this one. Yeah, one of these is a dry dock and it has an aircraft carrier that China's building. I think it's this one. Anyways, we took that one. We took another one of a military base that's used by Russian and Turkish PMCs, allegedly. So we did that. And we also took a picture of Diego Garcia, which is a military base, a U.S. base, I think, in the South Atlantic. And then there was a volcano that was erupting. At that time, we took a picture of that as well. All right. Jake Godin saying, I joined late. I'm glad you covered the piece. Again, Jake Godin worked on that video. Jake says, a lot of collaboration work with Ollie and Yurik and Bridget and Owen. Yes. And of course, Jen's great editing. Yes, Jennifer Smart, a S-tier editor and artist. Definitely. I realized I have there was a question earlier. I'm sorry. Somebody asked a question. I saw it up here. Oh man, I missed it. Where was it? From Entropic Paku. I'm sorry, Entropic Paku. I missed your question. The question is this one. Can you talk about how the cooperation with Lloyd's occurred and what other OSINT researchers can learn from partnering with private sector actors? So I'll tell you everything I know about that, which isn't a lot because I didn't work on this investigation and I'm not the one who contacted Lloyd's. This is like secondhand, like hearsay. I think I overheard Owen saying this. I could be wrong. As I understand it, Owen just emailed them and said, hey, we're working on this investigation. We're looking at this information. We need some data. Can you help us get that data? Because you have this data. Can you just give it to us? And this is in particular AIS data. So this is like the shipping position data. And I think they were like, yeah, no problem. Yeah. Analysis by Bellingcat and its investigative partners with AIS data provided by Lloyd's List Intelligence. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think that was it. And Jake, you can correct me. Sorry, I forgot you were in here. Yeah, somebody just called them and said, hey, can you give us this, please? And they were like, sure. Planet is also like that. They're very generous with, they were generous with us when we said, hey, can we get some extra tasking so that we can ask our community and they can vote and whatever. And they were like, sure, no problem. They got back to us right away. And they said, of course, that's such a cool initiative. Go ahead and do it. So I think if you're an open source researcher, especially if you're with a smaller organization, and I would count Bellingcat as a small to medium organization, just ask. If you need information, just ask. Worst case scenario, you waste the 1 minute that it takes you to type an email and send that out. But in my experience, a lot of these companies are really eager to share the information that they have if it's for a good cause, as was the case here, again, with a Lloyd's List Intelligence. I hope that answers your question. Again, with the caveat that I didn't actually work on this, and so I don't know, but I think that's what happened. Okay, I want to show you what the Planet thing looks like. So I'm going to show you like how the whole platform works, because I think that's really interesting. I got to go to the washroom, though, so I'll be back in 30 seconds. So just hang on here, folks. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Took a little bit longer. I always wash my hands after using the washroom, of course. Let's see what's happening in the chat here. We've got Jake saying interested in odds on Giancarlo washing his hands. 100% always. I always wash my hands. Or filling his water bottle. Gotta stay hydrated. It's a subtle life. Yeah, I got a big one this time. So I got enough here. I like how it's an invisible water bottle. There's water in here. It's a big one. Okay, so this is what Gnosis40 says. Bellingcat rules. Yes, thank you. So this is planet.com. So planet.com is a paid service. We got a subscription to them, I think, about 2 years ago, and it gives us really high resolution 50 centimeter images on demand. And also it gives us access to their catalog of images from all over the planet. So what you can do is you can just go to any place in the world. I'm going to go to my native Venezuela. Let's go to Maracay. Shout out to Maracay. And then you can draw an area. You can say, hey, I'm interested in this area here. There's a military base here. I want to see what's going on here. And then Planet will give you images from there. So there are 3-meter images. And as you can see, this one's from just 3 days ago. This is from the 18th. You can click on this and it will show you a nice 3-meter image from this place. You can, it's 3 meters, so it's not super high res, but you can you can see airplanes maybe. And you can task. So you can say, I want a new 50 centimeter image from here. And in 2 or 3 days, you'll get it. So this is what's going to happen when we launch this initiative. We're going to ask you to tell us where to take a picture. We will task it via planet.com and then we'll publish it on our website. Optimus Mike says, the JSON examples here show what you can ask for in terms of area. Yeah, so thank you very much. I'm going to pull this up right now. This is from Planet. Again, if you know what this means, congratulations. I don't know what it means, but this might mean something to you. Yeah, there's lots of information on here, obviously. Thank you, Optimus Mike. The one and only MC says, how long does the catalog go back? I think it goes back to like 2018. I think it goes way back. I think it goes a long way. It's a really good product. Again, not a sponsor of the stream, but every time we have to renew our license with them, we're like, yeah, of course we got to do it. It's so useful. We use it all the time. And it's also the kind of thing that, there might be a couple of months when we don't use it that much. But then when you need it, you really need it. It's almost like a life jacket. It's sitting in the background. Sometimes you don't even think about it. But the day that you need a life jacket, you're so happy that you've got it. I think it's the same thing sometimes with Planet, where, again, even if we're not using it for a couple of months, the day that we really need it, we're like, wow, we're so lucky that we got this. So there you go. That's probably going to come up on the website before long, I would say. I don't know, 1 or 2 weeks. Timothy says, I wish I could access it. It would make geolocation a lot easier. Yeah. If you are a member of the Global Authentication Project, we have a way to request images. So you can ping me, basically. And you can ask me, hey, can you take a look at this place, I don't know, 3 days ago? And I'll take a look and I'll tell you what happened there. Because, of course, the access is limited to us. Deeper Thinking says, dare I ask how much you pay for it? So number one, I don't know. That's the answer. I don't know. Number one is I don't know, and there is no number two. I couldn't tell you. I used to know. I think like 2 years ago, I might have heard Nick or somebody talking about how much it cost. I don't know. Okay, so there you go. That's it. Why don't we play some Geoguessr? Is that right? Is that everything? Yeah, let's play some Geoguessr. So we got about, oh boy, that's going to be a couple of rounds of Geoguessr. That's not a problem, right? Is there anything else? Oh no, let me show you one last thing, I promise. And then we'll play Geoguessr in 10 minutes. So I noticed this the other day. This is worth sharing. So I remember when I was coming up when I was learning about flight tracking and when I was first exposed to this facet of open source research, I learned that Flight Radar 24, which is a flight tracking website, had the best network. Okay, so they had lots and lots of coverage. But I learned that if you want to track specifically military and government planes, your best bet was a dsbexchange.com. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One of them is that a DSB exchange had a filter that you could click. So Timothy says, I got to run. Have a good game. Thank you for dropping by, Timothy. Have a great evening. A DSB exchange had a filter that you could click on, and it would only show military planes. So this is a DSB exchange. It's got lots of aircraft, but if you press U, it only shows you military planes. And I also learned that the ADSB network was less likely, or ADSB exchange was less likely to remove government and military aircraft from tracking. Whereas Flight Radar 24, again, this is what somebody told me, allegedly was easier to convince to remove this. But I noticed recently, I noticed this a couple of days ago, so this is relatively new, I think. Now on Flight Radar 24, there is also the option to filter. So if you go to flightradar24.com, if you're not familiar with this website, this is a live tracking website. These are aircraft that are in the sky right now that are broadcasting, usually ADSB signals, that's a whole thing, that are being received by antennas that are connected to this network. Now on the website, there's if you click on filters at the bottom here, you can select only show me certain kinds of planes. And so one of the categories here is military and cargo. Military and government. So if you click this button, all of the aircraft that you're going to see are only military and government airplanes. And I did a quick eyeball comparison the other day, and it seems like coverage is at least equal or better on Flight Radar 24 for government and military aircraft. So here on a DSB exchange, for example, we see these two planes. These are this is a flight. These are C-130s. So there's one C-130 here. Here's another one here. These are flying right now over the Baltic here. And then here on Flight Radar, I see those same two planes. So these are the same two. But then I also see this one. There's a third one. That's also part of the same flight, because you can tell by the call signs, right? Herky 71, Herky 72, Herky 73. So Flight Radar 24 in this area at least is showing me one more plane. Okay, I think if you do that kind of comparison, you'll see that a DSB exchange shows some stuff, Flight Radar 24 shows some other stuff. But I think in general, just a quick eyeball, it looked like Flight Radar 24 had better coverage. In particular over Russia. Look, a DSB exchange is not showing me anything over Russia, but I see here some Russian government planes. Here's one right here, and here's another one, and here's a third one. Okay. And then I don't see them on here. So if you got nothing to do this evening, or if you're looking for a weekend project, check out adsbexchange.com, check out flightradar24.com, see what military airplanes are flying around, see what they're doing. Every time I open up one of these windows, I think, I don't want to close it. There's so much interesting stuff happening all the time. What are these planes doing? What's happening here? Look at all these planes over here. Look, what are these guys doing? Look, there's a whole bunch of them. Where are they going? So many questions. You see them here too, right? Yeah. Bendy007 says, thank you for what you do. Bendy007, thank you so much for saying that. Entropic says, there's a good article here on U.S. military trying to avoid aircraft tracking. Thank you, Entropic, for sharing that link. You see it right here. Oh, this is from just last month. Pentagon joins Elon Musk's war against plane tracking. Huh. Yeah. Excellent. Thanks for that. Okay, let's play some Geoguessr then. So to play Geoguessr, what we do is we go to geoguessr.com. And then I will do party. And then you have to go to geoguessr.com/join and then type CTVT. Can someone type that in the chat, please? Because my chat is broken. CTVT. Thank you, Subtle Knife. Code is CTVT because I want to do some commercials while we're loading the game. CTVT. Thank you very much, the one and only MZ. Friends, while you are joining the game, and I see Step is here. Hello, Step. Sammy Jenner's here. Hello, Sammy Jenner. The Paper Rose is here. Everybody joins. Type CTVT as you're doing that. Jake Godin's here as well. Hi, Jake. I want to do a couple things here. I want to tell you about our Discord server. The Discord server has events that are happening. And one of the events is happening tomorrow. It is a stage talk on how to monitor live events, and is with our friend Aram Shabanian, who works at the New Lines Institute. And Aram is a good friend of mine. I've never met him in person. He is an e-friend, but that's not to say he's not like a real life friend. I've never met him. I've only met him online, but I feel like we're really good friends. I've known him for a couple of years. In fact, he's one of the people who helped me to get into flight tracking. He's giving a talk tomorrow in the Discord server, and the talk is going to be about how to track live events. So if you're monitoring a live happening, how do you do that effectively with hardware and software? So Aram is fantastic. He's the nicest guy in the world, super knowledgeable, and make sure you come to the talk and learn how to effectively do open source research. So you can do that in the Discord server, which you can join by going to discord.gg/Bellingcat. We also have a book club meeting, which is happening this Sunday. Yes, we have a book club every month. The Bellingcat Discord server book club picks a book and they read it together, and then they meet twice a month to talk about the book. And this month, it's Kathleen Bailey's book, and it is called, let me pull it up here, something about white power, I think. Bringing the War Home, the White Power Movement, and Paramilitary America. I remember, what's his name? Robert Evans talking about that book, saying it was very good. And so you could go ahead and, if you want to read books with smart people and become smarter yourself, join the book club, go to the meetings. You can do that in the Discord server. Also, Bringing the War Home. Yes, thank you, Jane Nava. Other thing I'm going to do really quick is the stage talks. We record them and we put them on a SoundCloud page, which is here, but we also make them available as a podcast. So if you have Spotify, if you have Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever program you use to get your podcast, you can look for Bellingcat Stage Talks, and every single stage talk that we have ever hosted is recorded on there, and you can listen to it. So we've had lots of really wonderful guests over the past year or so, sharing their knowledge with you. Again, that is a newer development, that being the stage talks being a podcast. So you can get those on SoundCloud, but also on your podcast platform of your choice. Okay, let's play. I see there's a lot of people here. Let's go ahead and play some Geoguessr. So the way that we play is this. We do 1 minute rounds. And we do movement, so you can move around. You can pan around. You can zoom in and out. But you cannot Google, all right? So if you see a phone number or if you see the name of a place, don't Google it and get the answer, okay? That's cheating. So no Googling, no Google Maps. Just go by whatever's in your head. You can move, you can pan, you can do whatever. except for cheat. All right, so no cheating, please. So let's go ahead and start. We'll probably play a couple rounds. I'm gonna go ahead and click start game. So good luck, everybody. I think that's I set it up correctly, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is a tough one. Ooh. Well, I said it was a tough one because it's like in a forest, but there's some words here that I recognize. And I also recognize this sign that I don't know what it means. It's a blue sign with a white arrow and then like does that mean dead end? It's like a dead end. I have a guess based on that sign and that word that I saw earlier. Of course, Belgium with yeah. So I saw the word Buchenweg. I don't know how to pronounce that. I should say I live in the Netherlands. I do not speak a single word of Dutch. I've lived here for over a year. I do not know how to say hello. I don't know how to write any words in Dutch, and it's because, in my defense, I haven't wanted to learn. Number one, and also everybody in Amsterdam speaks English perfectly, so I haven't had the need to learn. So that combination is fatal. Not wanting to learn and also not needing to learn means you're not going to learn anything. So that's my situation. But I did recognize that word weg, which I think means like way, right? I forgot that in Belgium they also speak Dutch, I guess, in northern Belgium. So that's where it was. I was off. I thought it was the Netherlands. It is not. I'll tell you who didn't think it was the Netherlands. Socks. Congratulations on a really good guess. Tom L. also guessed correctly, Belgium. And then Tempa Count 12 as well. And Jake also got pretty close. Oh, no, but Jake was southern Netherlands like me. I guessed over here. It was a Belgian dead end, says Subtle Knife. Yeah. Renor says, what are the chances I just clicked randomly and I got it correct? I don't know. That happens sometimes. So good job, everybody. We've got Socks in first place, Tom L in second, Tempa Count in third, Jake in fourth, Subtle Knife in fifth place, and then I am in sixth place. Step says Oryx would have said it was Belgium based on the quality of the roads. Yeah. Yeah, see, these regional nuances are the things that I'm missing. As a North American living in Europe, I don't get these little jabs that countries take at each other. So I'm guessing Belgian roads are bad. I don't know. Oh, Tristan is in seventh place. Hi, Tristan. Okay, let's go to the second round here. Good luck, everybody. Jake is throwing some shade at the state of Illinois in the chat, saying the roads are bad. Well, actually, since we're talking about Quebec roads are famously bad. Someone told me, I don't know if this is true, but I have a friend who actually studied organized crime who told me that the reason why roads in Quebec are terrible is because like way back, I don't know, like in the 90s, they gave out all these contracts for road repair in Quebec, but all the contracts went to like the mafia. And so they fixed the roads like with the worst materials and, you know, to like make money. And so now all the roads are falling apart. That's what I heard. It is hearsay. Do not quote me on that. Definitely research. But that's what somebody told me. Oh, God. I don't really have a guess here. I guess Sri Lanka. I think a lot of people did. A couple people did. And again, Socks was very close here. Every time I zoom in, I'm scared that I'll see a person's little avatar poke out from underneath the flag. and it's like they got it dead on. So that's not the case here. Hey, Renor. Sock says, I live there. Okay. Well, you live in India, you mean, right? Yeah, I guess. Because you were pretty close. Where's Socks? I think this was you. Yeah, you were sort of around there. There you go. Well, congratulations. Bunch of people guessed India, Southern India. Good job. And also, I guessed Sri Lanka, so not too bad. I came in 5th. The total standings are now this. We got Socks in 1st, Tom L holding on to 2nd place. We've got now me in 3rd place, Sindig in 4th, and Sammy Jenner in 5th place. I see that Subtle Knife and Jake have dropped off. Subtle Knife and Jake are no longer in the top 10. Huh, okay. That's fine. Because we can do round number 3. Let's see what happens in round number 3. Good luck, everybody. What is this? La Mer. This is some kind of shopping mall area, I guess. Oh, this is a flag. That is unrecognizable to me. I don't know that flag. I have a guess. I got a guess. I have a guess. I don't know if it's a good guess, but I have a guess. It's not Puerto Rico. I don't think it's a Puerto Rican flag. Somehow I thought it was the Oman flag, but it wasn't. It was the flag of Dubai, I guess. I got the, the region was correct, but a lot of folks got it like dead on, including Chi, who got it so close that you got almost a perfect score there. The Dubai Shopping Festival logo, I have no idea what that is. I don't know that there was a shopping center there or that there was a festival addressed to it. There was a sign with the address. Did not see that. There was a sign with Arabic saying Dubai. Also did not see it. And if I did, I don't read Arabic. And we've got Sammy Jenner there swearing to avenge the fact that T outscored them by 1 point. Very true. We got a rivalry forming here. Friendly rivalry, of course. We got Willie D in 3rd place, Tom in 4th, and Zelanska in 5th. For that round, total standings are now like this. Sox remains in 1st. We got Tom L in 2nd. Sammy in 3rd. T in 4th, and then I have fallen to 5th. Paku is there. Step is there in 7th. Tempa Count is 8th. Subtle Knife is back in the top 10, as is Jake Godin. So, let's see here. We got Sam saying, I do have a degree in Middle Eastern Studies. There you go. It's coming in handy now. Let's go to round number 4. See what happens here. Let's see here. We got a field, and we've got some. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I saw some writing there. Oh, this is gonna be one of those rounds when I am just way off. This is weird. I'm getting some vibes. Boy. All right, that's not bad. That was a total gut guess. I saw one of the farms was called Sancta Maria. And I thought that's Latin. I don't know, or like some like why like it wasn't Santa Maria with like a Santa. It was with a C. So I thought, what's going on here? And then I saw the other sign that said Gilltown Farm. So I was like, okay, it's like the UK, but like Catholic. Because why would you have a farm called Sancta Maria? And then so I guessed Ireland, which is what it was. Suddenly I said, I saw the one called The Paddock. I saw a driving school car, says The Res. Well done there. And Subtle Knife indeed came in first with a very close guess. Jake came in second, Socks in third, and then myself here, and Tom L in fifth. Sam says, I knew it was the UK or Ireland, but I missed the Irish sign. Yeah, I don't think I saw it. If I saw it, I didn't clock it. Is Paddock... does that mean something? I wouldn't have thought Ireland if I saw Paddock. I don't know if that means anything Irish. Okay, so going into the final round, we've got Socks in first, Tom L in second, and myself in third. Okay. Then we've got T in fourth, and Paco in fifth. Jake says Paddock is like a farm, or like a generic farm name. Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that word. So let's see if we're all within striking distance. So the top three, the top four are within striking distance of Socks. Tom L wants to go to first place. I would be happy finishing third, but I want to see if I can improve to second. And let's see, this is everybody else. So good luck, everybody. Let's see what happens in round number 5. Let's see if Socks can hang on to their commanding lead over the entire game, over the entire course of the game. Okay, we've got place here. I think I saw the name of the place that this is. I'm just going to spend 10 seconds trying to get another sign. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, so I thought southern France, it was, I don't know, was that central France? I think that I saw the name of the town. Yeah, here it was, Beaune or whatever. I saw the name of it, but I was like, I don't know France. So I would not have guessed the name of it. I wouldn't have guessed the location just by the name of it. I thought southern France. We have Ian winning that round. Congratulations, Ian. And then we had Tom L in second place and Willie D in third. Someone said, I thought southern France and went way south. Yeah, I also got like a Marseille kind of vibe, and it wasn't. It was like central France. Let's see who won. It was Socks, sorry, maintaining their lead. Congratulations, Socks. First place. Then we've got Tom in second and myself in third. So the top three remained intact from round 4 to round number 5. So we got Socks in first place, Tom L in second, myself in third. We have T in fourth, Sam in fifth, Paku in sixth place, Tempa Count came in seventh. 8 was Subtle Knife, and Jake Godin was in 9th place, and 10th was Willie D, and then everyone else was here. And good job to everybody on guessing these places. I'm going to take a picture of this because I don't know if this is a high score. And I'm going to pass this picture to Charlie, our social media coordinator, because I forgot to show the... actually, I can show it right now. This is the leaderboard. Yeah, so I think now Socks is in second place on the leaderboard. Let's do that again. I think now Socks is in second place. because of their score. So congratulations. Yeah, I took a picture. We'll update the leaderboard for next week. Let's play one more game, and then I have to go. So I'm going to click continue. If you want to join, please go to geoguessr.com/join and enter code CTVT. I'll give you 1 minute, and we can play another round. I have about 15 minutes left. Go ahead and join, please, if you want. If you don't want to join, that's fine. Not a problem. Renor says this was a particularly lucky game for me. Well, there you go. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you get lucky. All right. Just checking the Discord server here. Everything is in order. People ask me, how do you keep up with the Discord server? I'm the server owner. I live in the Discord server. I just always have it open, and I'm looking at every channel, and I'm just making sure that order is prevailing in the server. Sometimes that doesn't happen, and then we got to step in and restore order. But right now, everything's looking good. So congrats to everybody in the Discord for being so nice and so well-behaved and so friendly to each other. Let's go to round number 2. I'm going to give you 10 more seconds. I'm going to take a sip of water, and then we'll get going. Subtle Knife says, I've been kicked out of the top 5. Subtle Knife, this is your chance to reclaim your position in the top 5. Are you playing? Yes, there you are. Okay, let's go. Good luck, everybody. I'm going to go faster on this one because I got to go at 6. Whoa, we got some these. All right. Are these eggs? Oh, no, these are... Wow, I was like, what kind of eggs are these? No, these are... I don't know. These aren't eggs. They shouldn't be eggs. Maybe some of them are. Okay. So this is some kind of like... what is this, like an airfield or something? This is an airfield. It doesn't... Oh my goodness. It doesn't look like it's in use. Is it in... Are these airplanes over here? Man. Oh. If somebody got this, I'll be so angry. Midway Island. My goodness. All right. I got 5 points. Jake got 12. Tom L won the round with 300 points. Amazing. Really well done. I guessed like an island, an uninhabited island in the Caribbean, and I picked Turks and Caicos, which I know isn't uninhabited, but I just thought it's in the Caribbean somewhere. But no, it was Midway Island. Interesting. Site of the famous World War II battle between the Japanese and American navies, and also a movie from, I think, the 60s, and also a remake from the 2000s that I don't think was good. I didn't watch it. I didn't want to watch it. I'm a history movie buff and connoisseur, and I'm really particular with the historical movies that I watch. And I think there's a remake that I just watched the trailer and I was like, there's no way I'm watching that. The original one is really good though. Anyways, you know, sometimes this happens. I got 5 points. Let's go to round number 2. The silliest Billy is recommending that we use satellite images to image Midway Island. We could. We got a sign here that is in Italian. And this is probably the name of the place. Bellestrate, Italy. Hey, let's just start looking in Bellestrate. Partinico. Ooh. Ooh. This is... Oh boy. This never happens. I'm excited because I think I got it really close. Someone beat me. 2 people beat me. Wow. Okay. Hey, still pretty good though. I got 4,998 points. Okay, so beaten by 1 point by temp account 12. Kudos to you. Yeah, I saw the name of the place. I saw Palermo. I know Palermo's in Sicily. And then I found Bellistrate. Here it is. And I got it really close. But hats off to temp account who got it even closer. Step also got it super, super, super close. And suddenly now we are in business with temp account in first place, Step in second, and Bellingcat in third. Let's go to round number 3. This looks like... Huh. Okay. I recognize a lot of the stuff. I am from Venezuela, but I lived my whole life in Toronto, Ontario, and this looks vaguely like Ontario, but I don't think it is. Because that sign... Oh, yeah, it's not Ontario, but it's Ontario-like. Oh, okay, wow, huh. That's interesting. I thought the sign was in miles, but it's, I mean, maybe it was, but it's in Canada. In Alberta. No, British Columbia. No, is that Alberta or British Columbia? I think it's BC. I think it's BC. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, not too far off. 600 kilometers away. Ian got it really close. Congrats to Ian. Congrats to Temp Account and the Jake Godin. Just barely in Canada. Yeah, really beautiful. Standings are like this. I have fallen all the way to the 6th place. Duke Monkey's asking, you grew up in Canada, but you don't speak French. I learned French as required by law until grade 10, and then as required by law, I forgot it immediately. Wow, this... I think I grew up around here. No, I didn't grow up around here, but this is my backyard, folks. We are in the 6. 416 area code means the Greater Toronto area. Let's go Blue Jays. Let's go Drake. I think it's up here somewhere. I don't know. Ah, I was close. I got excited. Yeah, so 2001, all of those things, that strip mall was basically copied and pasted into the street where I grew up. I went to university here. No, this is Yorkville University. Sorry, I went to university around here. Yeah, this is my backyard. And so I got it pretty close. I got second. Ian, also Toronto resident, apparently. Congrats, Ian. Sarah saying, don't talk about the Blue Jays yet. Yes, please don't talk about them. I'm 1 day behind on the games. But here we go. We had steals. And what was the other one? Yeah, this yeah, it was a small one. Dufferin, I know, but this one I don't know. The Fitzgerald way, I didn't know. So let's go to round number 5, and we've got a really tight race. Pardon me. We got a really, really tight race here. If I get another Toronto image, I will win. But if not, I will lose. We've got Temp Account in first place, Ian in second, Jake Godin in third. Fourth is Tom L and myself in fifth. everyone else here making up the top 10. Let's go to round number 5. Good luck, everybody. Let's see what happens in this final round of Geoguessr. All right, this is not Toronto. This is an island. This is some kind of island, tropical island place. We have a political poster. We have some local residents motorcycling around. You have a chapel. We have a list of people's names. This is a tough one. I have a guess. I'm going to swing my bat. See what happens. I guessed the Philippines. A lot of people guessed the Philippines as well, including Ian. Including also a bunch of other folks. So congratulations to everybody who guessed the Philippines. And let's see here. Congratulations especially to Ian, who came in first place. Really well done, Ian, with 19,000 points. I came in second place, which I am happy about. I'm going to take a picture of this. And then we have Tom L in third. Good job, Tom. Tampa Count in fourth. Subtle Life in fifth. Jake in sixth. Jake says I fell from third to sixth place. That's okay. That happened. Sox came in seventh. Here for the fun. Two Hands Up came in eighth. GLM, ninth place. Paku in 10th. And then the rest of the crew down there up to the 21st spot. Good job, everybody. I hope you had a good time. We will come back next week and play more Geoguessr. We'll also talk about more Bellingcat research because now it is time to go. For me to go. You can stay, I guess, but there's nothing to do in the chat, so maybe you should go as well. Sam says, I would prefer to forget this game happened for me. Hey, that's me most times. It just so happened that today I don't want to forget because I did really well. Ryan says, thank you. Have a good week. That's a perfect note on which to end. I wish you all a fantastic week. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'll see you next Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Amsterdam time, 10:30 a.m. Toronto time. Until then, take it easy.